Hello and welcome to Lisa Ann Can. I'm Lisa Ann. My mint in my herb garden is at its peak of perfection right now. So I harvested a great big bundle, washed that off in cold water, and today I'm going to be making one of our favorite beverages. It's called French mint tea. I have this recipe here that's from a coworker long before I had children, so oh goodness, nearly 30 years ago. But she shared this recipe with me, and I'll just read you the ingredients and then note the changes that I'll be making. So she calls for 2 1-quart tea bags. I will be using 1 gallon because ultimately we want to make a whole gallon of this tea. A handful of mint, I got quite a bit more than a handful, enough water to cover well, 4 lemons, which I have here, or you can use 1/2 to 3/4 cup of real lemon juice. Why use that stuff when you can easily use the real thing? All right, a 12-ounce can of frozen orange juice. This is super good to use because it is concentrated, so the flavor is more concentrated. And then it calls for 2 cups of sugar. The orange juice is so sweet, there's no way that I'm going to be putting 2 cups of sugar in here. But we'll go ahead and get started with this recipe. And what we're going to do first is put the tea bag in a pot that's big enough to hold, all this mint, and I'm going to say almost all this mint. I'm going to be making a separate quart for myself that's low sugar, so I'm reserving some mint for that. So I have almost a gallon of water. It's about 2 cups shy. Pour that in there. Make sure it covers the mint in the tea bag well. Turn this on to boil, and as soon as it comes to a boil, I will turn it off, cover it, and it needs to steep for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a smaller pot and a quart of water, the rest of the peppermint leaves, and 2 of these Lipton iced tea bags. There's no added sweeteners, but it does have Splenda, so it's a pre-sweetened, 0-calorie, 0-carb product. And I'm going to drop those in and do the same thing. Bring it to a boil and then turn it off, cover it to steep for 30 minutes. While I'm waiting for this to boil and steep, I'm going to go ahead and be juicing my 4 lemons. By the way, these lemons are room temperature, and so they're soft to the touch. If you'll keep your lemons room temperature, they're a lot easier to squeeze and juice. This also makes a good exercise program when you have to squeeze your own lemons. It takes a little bit of muscle. Just think I'm burning calories. By the way, I'm going to do a video in all sincerity on diet and exercise and reasonable weight loss. So stay tuned for that coming up. to the compost go the lemon peels. You know, there's this thing that you can do where you put lemon peels or orange peels in a jar and cover it with white vinegar and use that as a spray. I've been meaning to do that. I think I'm going to do that instead. No, I'm not, because I don't have any white vinegar. Unbelievable. So I'm going to keep these in a Ziploc bag and just collect lemon peels as we make lemonade this summer. And I'll do a video on making the vinegar spray. Stay tuned. All right, we're just starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn that off. The other one as well. Cover them. And set a timer for 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Let's see what we're going to do. Since I'm trying to do 2 at a time and divide some of the ingredients, I have to think twice about this. Orange juice. I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of the concentrate and add it to my sugar-free. And so you see it will not actually be sugar-free. So a tablespoon of concentrate. And then the rest is going to go into this 1 gallon jug that has about ½ gallon of water in it. Ooh. Pour that in. And then the same thing, the lemon juice, I'm going to take a tablespoon of the lemon juice to add into my personal batch, and then the rest goes into the water. I'm going to remove the giant tea bag and press it just a little and throw that in the garbage. And I'm going to try to get out as much of the mint as I can, put it into the strainer. It'll just be easier to pour. Now I can use the smaller strainer to pour the tea. Let's see if that's better. Okay. So there was still a couple of mint leaves in there. Now, as you know, when you make tea, you usually use a cup of sugar. And when you make lemonade, you usually use a cup of sugar per gallon, maybe a little more. So we will start with 1 cup of sugar. But I think that's going to be plenty. Okay, so I'm going to pull these tea bags out just like I did in the other. Give them a squeeze. Pull out the mint. I'm using the small strainer again. You can certainly see the difference in my tea and this tea, because this has so much orange juice in it, but I just wanted a little for flavor, and I don't have to add any sugar because those tea bags were pre-sweetened. So set that aside, and that's all there is to it except for a taste testing. So maybe somebody will wander by that can test it for me to see if I need to add any more sugar. Second. All right. A teaspoon.
So what is this, just 1 cup of sugar?
That's 1 cup of sugar.
That's plenty sweet.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 cup of sugar then. See, Storm's not even on camera. Oh, good gracious. Come over here. All right, do it again.
Get some ASMR in there.
All right, so,
Yep, 1 cup of sugar is good.
okay, only 1 cup of sugar. So there you have it. I haven't tasted mine yet. Let me borrow your glass and I'll taste mine.
There you go.
So it's good, eh?
Yes, it's very good.
Okay. Mine's not going to be as good because all I did was put 1 tablespoon of the orange juice concentrate and 1 tablespoon of lemonade. I used the pre-sweetened tea bags.
Still have those in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's tart.
Let me taste yours. See how
It's got no orangey
sugar?
flavor in it and no sugar.
it's very like sticky.
It's very tannic.
Yeah, I can taste tannins really well too. So
Yeah. It's not
feel like
sweet
this
at
would-
all.
it's not.
That's
Did you put
weird.
anything in
I use those pre-sweetened tea bags.
Are they like sugar free?
They're sugar-free. They have a little Splenda in them. All right, this has got to have a little sweetener in it. And I think I'll like it. It just needs like a pack of stevia per cup,
It would
maybe.
be good if you were hot outside.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just wanted a cold drink.
Which I'm
Wish I
sweating
do that
right now.
frequently.
All right, well, thanks for watching. That's how you make French mint tea. I'll put the recipe and the changes that I made in the description below. See you next time.
Bye.